So once again, I would like to welcome you all in first session of this 1 month internship program on AI and prompt engineering, going to be organized by Atrix Technologies. So I am Dr. Rizwan Alam, and in today's session, what we are going to discuss, just let me tell you that what particular topics actually we are going to discuss in today's session. So first we will have an overview of Python programming language. Then I will tell you that how you can install Python interpreter from its official website, and then how we can use that Google Collaboratory service, that is a cloud-based service where you can run your Python programs or Python coding and you can get output by just using this Google Colab service on your browsers. Then we will go with the topics, basic topics that we should know in Python programming, like what are the basic data types in Python, what are the control structures like if else, and loops like for and while in Python programming. So actually this is the flow of the topics that in general we follow whenever we learn any computer programming language. Like if you will be start learning C programming or C++ programming, then also we start with these topics. So of course we will have a rapid exposure to all those things, and I will share also some extra resources so you can go through that. And then after that we will move to structural pattern matching. That was a feature that have been updated in Python 3.10. Then we will have a session on sequence data types like string, list, tuples, and dictionary. So these are the data types, data structures that we have especially in Python programming, so how we can use it. Then we will also discuss about GUI development in Python programming using tkinter and all those libraries. Then we will have a basic overview wise idea, okay, because we will be discussing all those standard libraries of Python in detail also, but in these sessions first we will have an overview of these libraries like NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, and scikit and TensorFlow libraries. Okay, so let's start with paying our tribute to Guido van Rossum, who is actually known as the father of Python programming language. So that have been developed by Guido Rossum in 1989. And there are actually few books are available on internet. So that is Internet Programming with Python, that was published in 1996, and Introduction to Python in 2003. And the Python language reference manual in 2003. So all these books have been written by the core developer or core we can say creator of this Python programming language, Guido van Rossum. So I would suggest that if you are more interested in these Python programming basics, so you can go through these books, and even you can first download the PDF of these books. These PDF of these books are available on internet, so if you will Google, you will easily get. And then I will share you the link of these two YouTube videos also, in which actually Guido van Rossum himself has discussed few things related to the development of Python programming and what was in the mind of the development team of Python programming when they were developing this Python programming language. So you can go through. Of course it will be a little bit interesting, and you will get more interest in Python programming and development history of Python programming. So I will share the link of these YouTube videos. Next we move to that what is actually Python programming. So first of all, let me tell you that Python is an object-oriented programming language. Like we know that whenever we are going to take anything in terms of classes and objects, so this approach if we are going to follow, so in any programming language, that is actually object-oriented programming language. So I would like to first thing that you have to prepare your mindset with this we can say a sentence, and you should start with this sentence that Python is an easy to learn. It means it is not difficult to learn, and it will be easy to learn if you are learning it in sequence and in a proper way. And a powerful programming language. So it is a powerful programming language, and especially if you want to do any AI ML project, then of course Python will be the most powerful programming language, because it has a rich set of libraries that can be used directly in AI ML projects especially. And at the same time, if you will be going to compare it with other programming language like C++ and Java, and if you have little bit exposure to C++ and Java, of course you will find it very easy to learn. So, and it has efficient high level data structures and a simple but effective approach to object oriented programming. So as we know that C++ and Java are object oriented programming languages, so similarly Python is also an object oriented programming language. So in very simple words, let me tell you that what do we mean by object oriented programming language. So actually, for object oriented programming language, we should know that what do we mean by object, and before that we should know what do we mean by class. So class is simply, we can say, a group of similar type of members. Class is an entity or a representation of similar type of members. For example, there are some UG students. So we can say that this is a class of UG students, because most of the students will be in UG. UG means undergraduate, like they will be in first year, second year of their undergraduation. So, but they will be similar in nature, that they all are undergraduates. So this type of similar collection if we have, so that we call as class, and each member of that group we call it object. So member of that class we will call object. And whenever we are going to represent our data in terms of classes and objects, and interaction between these classes and objects with the help of functions, if we are going to represent this type of relationship, then we call that programming language is following object oriented programming approach. So that is the, in simple words, we can say that if the concept of classes and objects is there in a programming language, then we say that programming language is actually object oriented programming language. And Python's elegant syntax and dynamic typing. So syntax wise it is very simple, and dynamic typing will be following. So together with its interpreted nature, it means interpreter, it means line by line execution of your code will be done by Python interpreter. That makes it an ideal language for scripting and rapid application development in many areas of most platforms. So that's why it is very easy to code with that Python programming language, and the Python interpreter and the extensive standard library. So we have a rich set of library. So that's why Python is very much popular, and in addition to that, Python is open source. It means it is freely available, and from its official website like www.python.org, you can easily download its latest version. Okay, so these are the features of Python, like it is interpreted, it is object oriented, it is an expressive language, large standard libraries are there, you can do graphical user interface programming, open source, it is open source, it is simple and easy to learn, and it is a high level language like C, C++ or Java. So these are the features that we should know about Python programming. And after that, I would like to come to the installation of Python interpreter. So this is the interface of the python.org, that is official website for downloading the latest version of Python. So as per your operating system like Windows, Mac, you can Linux, Unix, you can easily download the latest version, and that exe file, whenever you will launch the setup, then you will be able to install. Okay. And if you are following that base version of Python, that is IDLE, Integrated Development Learning Environment, that will look like this. Otherwise, you can download Python, you can use Python on different IDLEs and GUI editors like Jupyter, PyCharm, Spark. So these are different, we can say, editors that we can use for Python programming. Then I would like to tell you that we don't need to install Python interpreter as a must to do Python programming. We can do it directly with the help of our web browsers also. What we have to do, only we have to log into Google Collaboratory, and we will take a new file, and in which we can write directly our Python code, and there we can run our Python code, and we will get the results for that Python code after execution of that Python code. So now next what I am going to do, that I will just Python we have. So for numbers, so if our data is in numbers, then we have integer. As we know that integer will be any values in which we will not having the fractional part. Okay, like 2.2 is there, 3 is there. So all those integer values we already know. In which a subcategory is also there. Subcategory is Boolean. Boolean means only true or false, 0 or 1, only two values it can acquire. So because 0 and 1 is also integer, okay, that's why we can say it is a subcategory of integer. Then we have fractional part numbers like floating point numbers. Then in Python we have a different category of complex numbers also, in which there will be some real part and imaginary part. So that also we have as a different category of numbers or as a data type. Okay. Then we have the sequences. Sequences means we have a list of elements, list of values when we have. Okay, only so integer floating point will be for representing a particular value. But when we have a list of values, then we in general use sequences data type, in which we have strings, lists, tuples, and then we have sets also. Set is something to mathematical concept of sets. And then there is a concept of none. None means no value you want to represent for that particular attribute. So then none is also a data type in Python programming. Then we have a different category of mappings. So mappings means for each value you want to have some mappings for each value also. Okay. So for that we have dictionaries. So we will discuss all these basic data types of Python programming in detail, but I was just telling the nomenclature of data types that we have in Python. So we will discuss all these data types in detail, because we should know, we should be familiar with all these things and how we can use it in our programs. That also we will see. So before moving to further slides, I have two questions for you that you can answer with your common sense, or if you have some knowledge of programming, whether it is in C programming, C++ programming, so that also you can use that knowledge. So first question is that, do we need to declare type of variable in Python? So actually this question is asked just to know that in C or C++, whenever we have some variable, so variable means a memory address in which we can change or we can vary its value. Okay, like for example, if we have a variable of marks, so in semester 1 percentage or marks will be different, in semester 2 it will be different. So we will just create a variable as marks, and we can put any value in that. So if we can change the value of that particular memory address, it means it is a variable, otherwise it is a constant. Okay, so that we will also discuss in detail. But for any variable we have to declare its type, like it is integer or it is float. So that is required in Python or not? That is the question. You can answer in chat box, okay, with as yes or no. So whatever you think that you can write. Do we need to declare type of variable in Python? So if you want to use any variable in Python, so do we need to declare its type explicitly, or we can use that variable directly? And to discuss the concept of this variable and do we need to declare the type of variable, I would like to go to